I am presently the most modified transsexual in the world. I have 8 horns on my forehead. I have had my ears removed, my nose reshaped, most of my teeth removed. I've had the white part, the sclera of my eyeballs permanently stained green. I've had my tongue bifurcated, my whole face is tattooed, and I have had some scarifications in my chin and branding on my chest and on my wrist. My transformation is, for me, the greatest journey of my lifetime. This is Bruni, Texas, a small farming community deep in the heart of South Texas, where I grew up, and this is where my story begins. My transformation, which began in 1997, there are profound reasons and deep meanings about my transformation and why I'm doing it. In my mind, I had 2 births. My original birth to my mother in Phoenix, and then my second birth to my reptilian parents, which are the rattlesnakes. And the reason I say that is my mother and my stepdad ended up abandoning myself and 2 of my siblings about 2 miles from this gate here. It was at nighttime and it was very dark. I was left at the age of 5 in the land of the western diamondback rattlesnake, whom I adopted as my own parents. I never thought I'd be back here again. I remember it clearly. Like I said, it just happened today. I will never be able to erase that vision of the taillights of the car driving away off into the night, leaving us stranded there in the woods. I'm sharing my story not because I'm dogging my parents and my grandparents for a horrible upbringing as a child, but that I hope that my story will help other people, not only those who have gone through hard times, but people who have lost hope. I myself know what it's like to be at that point. Before my transformation, I was a banker. I was a vice president at one of the largest banks in the United States. And when I left corporate, it was because I became HIV positive and I feared I was going to die. But my big thing was I did not want to die in this world looking like a human. As much awesomeness and goodness that there is in humans compared to the other species on this planet are the most destructive, they're the most hateful. They kill each other for no reason. They kill each other for made-up reasons. And humans have been the biggest sources of my pain and anguish in my lifetime. And I decided at that time it was time for a change in my life. So I wanted to look something that wasn't human. And my transformation is not only mirrored after the pattern of the western diamondback rattlesnake, it is a tribute, a dedication, an honor to my reptilian parents. And through the years, I have altered my appearance, my physical appearance, to resemble that of a reptilian, of a dragon, a serpent dragon in particular. This holiday season is really important to me. It has a lot of meaning because it's the first time that I have been back to my hometown since I left 37 years ago. And my brother Bob is my biggest supporter within my family unit. This is my brother Bob. Y'all have heard me talk about my twin brother Bob, and this is my brother Bob. He's my rock in my world. Ironically, my brother and I were estranged for 36 years until last December 2015, when he reached out to me through some Facebook contacts and found me, and we reunited for the first time in 37 years.
I'm very glad that she's back in my life, and hopefully we'll stay together forever and ever. And wherever she goes, wherever she may do, it's her life. She can do as she pleases. And she will always have my support. I will always be her little brother. And I'm very glad that we're back in each other's lives.
Both of us feel very blessed that the universe, in its mysterious workings, made it so that we could be reunited and be in each other's lives after 36 years of estrangement. One of my favorite things to do is grill, and we grilled as a kid all our lives. We often cooked our food outside. What this is, as we call mollejitas, they're a delicacy in the Hispanic cultural cuisine. Basically what they are is beef shortbreads. And we're having beef shortbread, homemade tamales, and sausage for lunch today. As a child, I always wanted to cook and be inside the house with my grandmother cooking, but unfortunately I was born in the boy's body, so that's what I was seen at as a boy and treated like a boy, so I had to work doing boy things like carpentry and cattle rustling, or not cattle rustling, but cattle rounding up. We didn't rustle. Working on the farm, doing all the things boy did, and my heart was always at home in the kitchen with my grandmother. So the opportunities that I did have to stay at home with my grandmother, she was so happy because she taught me how to cook. I learned how to cook authentic Mexican meals. This is called menudo. The way I make mine is with cow's feet, pig's feet, cow's stomach, red chili, and spices. And it's really good. The high school was some of my most amazing years of my childhood. I was in sports. I was football captain. I was basketball captain. I was track team captain. I was class favorite and class president 2 years. I was in plays. I was the best actor. And on my senior year, I was also the high school king. I raised swine for the livestock show and in FFA, and I always got girl pigs, girl swines. I didn't want the males, and I would name them, and I named my pigs Betty and Jackie. Very girly because I could relate to that. But I was also openly gay my entire life. And pretty much the whole town and all of the school accepted me, except for the few bullies. There's always a few bullies who didn't accept, and I did get bullied from time to time, but I didn't let it stop me. Never hid the fact that I was openly gay. I played football, and I had long nails when I played football. That's something my classmates always laughed about. How can you have long fingernails and play football? Well, that was just me. What people didn't know at school and what people didn't know in general is that life at home for me was totally the opposite. It was very dark, it was very lonely, it's very cold. I didn't have the love and support of family like I should have had. I was a loner pretty much, so my best friends were animals. I have a close affinity to all animals, but especially those that I grew up with, that we raised when I was a kid. You feel good, Dita. You're so pretty. One of the reasons that I'm modifying myself and the reason I'm telling my story so candidly and so openly is because I'm putting myself out there as a scapegoat. I'm attracting the attention of society, but I'm doing it for a good purpose. And my message is whether or not people are yellow, black, white, or red, or orange, whatever we do for a living, whatever people's religious background is, deep underneath our skin, we are all the same. And in putting myself out there, I'm not just putting myself out there as a target, because that's what's happening. I'm making myself a target, but it's basically because I want to open up discussions. I would like for there to be dialogue, open, honest, candid dialogues in the world about body modification, and understand what body modification is not. What it has been like for me to live my life as a gay man for 53 years and now as a transsexual woman, because there's a lot of misunderstanding about what is involved and what it means to be a transsexual. And then further to that, something that I'm introducing into the world is the idea of transspeciesism. I consider myself to be not just human anymore, human and reptilian. So I am a trans species. I am the world's first and only trans species reptilian reptoid. And that is something that I want to open up about and talk about so the world can have a greater understanding of me or people like me. To me, my greatest need and my greatest desire in life is to continue my body modification until my metamorphosis is complete. This is what drives me. This is the reason I get up every day and live.